ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
TVASIA Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to yet another fantastic episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన ఎక్స్పర్ట్ రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting, Andy. It's a pleasure to come into the show every week and share our thoughts and also get a lot of feedback from our audiences. That actually matures. As a lawyer, I get a lot of feedback from the people. It is very good. I mean, a lot of education that I get with the questions. And I also need to be prepared for those questions so that make me more better person.
That sounds great, Andy, because from all that I've been hearing as well, people are so happy with the fact that you're helping so many people out, and a lot of times by answering one person's question, you're answering questions of at least 50 to 100 people at the same time. So Valandaru, they are all very, very happy and very thankful to you also, Anmata. But like the new day and new dawn, Andy, so looks like President Biden is on a roll now. So today's episode we'll talk about what is in Biden's immigration bill. So Biden comes with such a positive attitude on immigration, starts working on immigration policies the first day he comes to power, like within a few hours of it. Rahul Garu, can you talk a little bit about how Biden's immigration plan will be helpful for Indians or will work for Indians?
I want to answer this question since it's a Telugu show. I want to answer. 4 ఏళ్ళు నరకం అనుభవించినామండి. So anything is a great relief. So that's how the things are right now. Biden's plan is definitely a very good plan. బాగా క్రిటిసిజం చేసిన బైడెన్ ఈ షోల్నే మనము, ఎందుకంటే ఒబామా వాస్ కన్సిడర్డ్ ద డిపోర్టేషన్ కింగ్. ఒబామా హ్యాస్ నాట్ initiated the immigration bill, not in his first term. He tried to initiate it in the second term. He took a long time. Biden did not express anything about business immigration plan. We criticized all those things, but then he turns around on the day one of the inauguration. He has a business plan. In the first month of his being in power, he is going to introduce the bill in the Congress. I mean, that is admirable. I've never seen any president like that. I've seen Clinton, I've seen Bush, I've seen Obama. Of course, we have seen Trump too.
Yes.
All the three people, Clinton, Bush, and Obama, they all said that they're going to introduce the immigration bill, but they never did in their first term. They tried to do in the second term when it is too late, and they couldn't do it. And now
it has changed now.
Well, he's making a stance. I am Joe Biden. I am not Obama's vice president. I have my own policy, and I'm going to go aggressively, and I came to power, and I promised immigration bill, and I am going to bring the immigration bill. Okay. Even though he's very soft sounding person, though, he doesn't look to be soft. He says, this is the thing that I came, and I am going to pursue this one. This has been pending for 25 years. And I'm going to pursue this immediately. Right now, he has a majority in both houses of the Congress, so he can push this bill. So he's aggressively pushing. It is going to be Senator Senator from the New Jersey, who is going to be spearheading the bill. That's what he said, and that's what it's going to happen. The things we look into definitely.
For a soft person being a strong person also, Kadande?
Right. When he's soft on immigration. He wants immigration to be more softer. He doesn't want kids to be separated, 3-year-old kids to be separated from their parents. Right. He doesn't want kids to be incarcerated. There are a lot of different things. He's very soft on that. At the same time, he's harsh in a sense that, hey, he's harsh in a sense that, hey, let me do this in a law instead of executive orders, instead of regulations. I'm going to do it with the Congress. A lot of times what happened is that Obama tried to pass the executive orders. Then Trump comes and he undoes it. There are a lot of things that happens like that. But when it passes through the Congress, though, well, it's not easy for a president to undo it. Right. So he's taking a very positive, very good approach. And when I look into some of the comments that have been made on it, I don't think so anything will be bad for us at all. Absolutely. The employment-based immigrations are going to be more than doubled. There is a chance they may not count the family members. There is a good chance, I would say 99% chance the per country quota will be removed. He doesn't want any discrimination to be done.
Got it.
So only positive, nothing negative I can see in this bill for the immigrants who have been waiting for a long period of time.
Rahul Gaura, on the flip side, what kind of effect will this have on, the actual citizens of America, and the fact that, they're already having a hard time finding employment and such,
Well,
how does
right.
it impact them?
Right. In a lot of fields, though, employment, for example, in IT field, unemployment is very low. Even though unemployment may be higher, in the IT field, unemployment is lower. What he is proposing is in the employment base, these are already been tested, that there is no American worker available for the kind of jobs. That is there in the employment based. When it comes to the other immigration, though, these people have been living here for years. They're already been employed either legally or illegally.
Right.
He wants to convert them and make sure that no criminals are there. Right. Make sure that these people have been paying taxes for the next 8 years. That's what he seems to be. He wants to observe them for the next 8 years. And then he wants to give the green card. They're already working. Let's say, for example, if they are grass cutting, if they are doing house maintenance, if they're doing all this work, they're already here. They already have the employment. So all he's trying to do is that make them pay taxes.
Right.
Which is what every government should do. To have then give them the green card.
I agree. No, yeah, because this has been one of those, statements, and questions that keeps coming from a lot of people saying, hey, what about the people here who, people of this country itself who
He's
are
in this
unemployed.
bill, though. In this bill, he's not trying to bring anybody from outside the country. It's mostly the ones that are within United States. That's all he's trying to do. He's not trying to bring anybody outside the country.
Got it. But, good to hear this, Rahul Garu. It's such a positive change on so many fronts. Let's hope that, Biden proceeds with the same fierceness that he's shown within the first few hours of his getting inaugurated. And on that note, let's start with our calls for today. I'm sure they have a lot of questions. And while we take our first call, Andy, hello. So area code 804. Okay, I have a quick question, Andy, in the meantime. This is from one of our viewers, 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞 He says, I have an I-140 filed for EB3 downgrade along with adjustment of status. My current employer has confirmed that the I-140 will not be revoked under any circumstances. Having said that, can I change employers before 180 days, of receiving an approval? Also, they have filed the I-140 premium processing.
Well, since the I-140 premium processing has been done, and I'm assuming that it's going to be approved, though, by the time he passes the 180 days from the time the adjustment of status has been filed, he's relatively safe. I'm not that much worried about it. If the I-140 is approved, and if it's been more than 180 days that the adjustment of status has been filed, it's relatively safe for you to move to a different company.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Andy. Let's go back to our callers. Area code 804, we're ready for you. All right, let's try and take our next call. Hello, sir?
Hello? Yes,
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello, Rahul Garu. So my question is regarding the stimulus payments, Andy. So there are different discussions going on in different forums. So it's that a few people got their first paychecks and few didn't get the second one, and few people got the second one and few, vice versa. And few people did not get both the times. So is there a possibility that they can claim that during their filing the taxes, or would there be any legal issues? Because
there's no legal issue, though. If you are an H1B, though, and you filed income tax returns, if you are eligible for it, you should be getting those things. If you do not get it, though, check with the CPA. I don't know exactly what steps they do in getting the money for you, but yeah, you can work with your CPA to get those things.
Yeah, because my doubt was if we got the check automatically, then it's like no issue. But would there be any issue if we claim that? Was my question. So as you said, I'll work with my CPA.
Nothing wrong in claiming a check which you are rightfully deserving. So nothing wrong in it. Just because you are an immigrant, but you are supposed to get it. Absolutely perfectly fine to file it, to get it. No problem with it.
Sure, already. Thank you. That was my question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. And to all our viewers, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channels on Facebook as well as YouTube and on other media platforms so that you are kept up to date about everything immigration related. Okay. So on that note, let's move on to our next caller, Andy. Hello. Hello, sir. Wait, let's get a new call. Hello, sir. Area code 804. Okay, let's start with another YouTube question, Andy. This is from Chica Boy Creations. He says, "Hi Rahul, can we expect Hyderabad Consulate open by the month of May of 2021 with the change of new administration? Can we expect any rapid change in opening of the consulates?"
This administration, though they are very friendly to immigrants, at least that's what we can read from them. But when it comes to COVID, though, they have been more conservative than the previous administration. You might have seen in their debates and other things that Biden is not very aggressive in opening up the businesses,
Right.
opening up the government. So he may be a little bit conservative. Right now, it seems that the appointments are opening a little bit more in the consulates in India.
Okay.
However, we have to take it with a grain of salt because these appointments could be canceled at any point of time because of the COVID issue. Sometimes what happens is that even if the Department of State would like to have issue all the visas, what happens is that if, let's say, for example, Telangana government restricts something, so, okay, you can't have this one. We recommend that you don't open these businesses. Then they may go ahead with the recommendations of the Telangana government and not open those businesses. It could happen. Telangana government will not say, consulate, don't open it. They may just say that, hey, any businesses that fall into this criteria, we recommend do not open, and then the consulates may follow it. So if you make an appointment, though, be very, I want you to be very skeptical about it. Wait until the last week before you leave to India, though. The reason is that you go there, you get the appointment canceled. It may take 6 or 9 months for you to get the appointment. Who knows? So make an appointment. Just go there before your biometrics, like a day or 2 days before. That would be ideal situation for you.
All right. Great answer, Andy. Thank you so much. And let's move to our next caller, sir.
Is it 804?
832. Oh, wait a second. So area code 515. We're ready for you. Hello, sir. Area code 515.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hello, sir. I have a question. So once we get the H1B stamping, in how many days we need to travel back to USA? Is there any restriction in that?
We advise that you travel within 3 months, though. If you're traveling beyond 3 months, though, I would recommend to consult a lawyer. The reason is that they gave you a visa based on the indication that you do have a job in some location in United States. You're going to sit in United States and work. If you're going to sit down in India to work, then technically you don't need any H1B visa. You don't need any visa. I mean, you're an Indian citizen, you can work in India. So if it's past 3 months, though, I would recommend that you check with a lawyer, your company's lawyer, to see if everything is okay to come back into the country. If it is within 3 months, I don't see a problem.
Okay, sir. One more question, sir. If you were me, you always say that there's nothing right or wrong here. If you were me, what would you do in this situation? My wife is having a full-time job in Canada. She's working in Canada, and I'm a contractor in USA. Based on this Biden's administration, and he's taking good steps to move forward, I already have 140, and my priority date is 2018 December. What would you do?
Wow,
will you have plans to come back, or what would you do?
One thing is that you made my day, saying that you guys got the green card in Canada. That's definitely a very good step. But I normally advise all the people that if you're planning to stay in this North American continent, get a green card in Canada, because don't gamble in United States. That's how. If it is 2018, you already got the green card there. And you said, what is the priority date here? You said?
Sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't get any PR here in Canada. It's in process. I'll be getting by end of this year. My priority date is 2018 December, USA.
I would definitely work towards getting the Canadian green card for sure. I would like to keep both legs, one leg there and one leg here, until the things move. But for sure, the first step that I give more importance between both the things, if I were you, is Canadian green card.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's all from me. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you for calling.
Being an immigration lawyer from USA, that's very bad to say, but knowing the reality, that's what I would advise.
Got it. Thank you, Rahul Garu. I think that's one of the reasons people do keep calling in here, because they know that you're going to give them an honest answer, whether they like it or not. So, it's good to see our callers keep coming back. All right, on to our next caller, Andy, area code 210.
Hi, Manohar. This is Manohar.
Hi, Manohar. Please go ahead.
Hi, Rahul. My question ఏంటంటే H1B expiry max out వచ్చేసి March 18th, 2021 అండి. Like I-94 వచ్చేసి March 28, 10 days extra ఉంది. సో టర్మ్ అప్లై అయింది, కాకపోతే అది ఇంకా పెండింగ్ ఉంది. July 2nd అప్లై అయింది. సో మా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఇప్పుడు లెట్స్ సే I-140 March 18 తర్వాత అప్రూవ్ అయ్యి ఉంటే 19th అలాగా, సో H1 ఇమీడియట్ గా ఫైల్ చేస్తే మేము ఇక్కడ ఉండొచ్చా, లేకపోతే అది కాన్సులేట్ కింద ఆటోమేటిక్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది?
Those 10 days that you are speaking about, where your I-797 and I-94 gap is there, you can stay in United States, but you cannot work in United States. But if you get the I-140, if you get an I-140 approval before your I-94 is expired, you can file the extension of the H1B and you can start working once the extension has been filed.
ఓకే. సో బేసికలీ అంటే ఇప్పుడు March 12th కల్లా నేను వర్కింగ్ ఆపేసి పేరోల్ వాళ్ళకి చెప్పి తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఫైల్ అవ్వగానే March 22 అలా వర్క్ చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఇంకా I-94 ఎక్స్పైర్ అవ్వాలి.
That is right. But one other small advice to you is that you may want to leave on March 10th, not on March. Well, you already completed. Is that the complete 6 years of you?
Yeah, March 18th. ఒక 2 days ఏమో ఉంది అంతే. ఒక 2 days ఎందుకో అక్కడ కొంచెం అటు ఇటుగా వచ్చింది.
Oh, that's
March 18th last year.
Yeah, your lawyer did a good job. There are some ways to extend it. I mean, if you possibly can, there are some creative ways of extending that March 18th also, though. You can spend like 15 days in Cancun and come back. Okay, and then you can extend 15 days. And you can do that 15 days in January. You can start going, and February 1st you can come back in 15th, go back in 16th, come back in February 30th. So you can keep on extending. There are some creative ways of extending that 6 year. The reason I tell to go to Mexico is that if you go to Mexico, you don't even need a visa to come back into the United States. Your I-94 is enough.
Oh, okay.
It's called automatic revalidation. You may want to check with your lawyer to extend it, especially with the perm getting a little bit longer time. You may want to extend your life in United States so that you don't have to leave the country completely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll try to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, that's a better idea. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
All right, Rahul Garu, on to our next caller. But in the meantime, there's a question on YouTube. This is from Raj T. He says, I'm on an H1B, received an EAD, but I'm not married to the 485 application, and it's a straight EB2. If I lose the job, can I get married to the EAD on my own without the help of the company? And, how does the 180 days before or after receipt affect this?
So his 485 has been filed. He's not married to this 485 application. So what he wants to is that if he loses a job after 180 days, is that what he is telling?
He's asking for either scenario, whether like before or after. If it's 180, I mean before the 180.
If he loses the job
after 180,
if he loses a job from the current application, which you filed the adjustment of status, then this 485 is gone in thin air. It's disappeared. You don't have that one. If you lose the job after 180 days, I'm assuming that you by any chance you're a downgrade, the I-140 is also approved. Then what you can do is that you can get married to the adjustment of status by yourself, but there is one small thing. The new employer has to file a 485J supplement. That is important. The new employer has to file a 485J supplement. If the new employer does not file a 485J supplement, this previous employer might withdraw the I-140. It will have a negative consequences. So just the way to get married is to use the EAD And also, the new employer need to file a 485J supplement.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go on to our next caller, Andy. So area code 918, we're ready for you.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you,
Yes.
sir. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are a couple of questions, sir. I put it in the comment section too. I'll retract it. I'll ask it here. So
Sure.
even though there is spillover from family-based green card, why the final action dates are not moving forward? Is there any litigation that will help, or why is it so slow?
One problem with the court litigation on that one is that unless a harm is done, we cannot go to the court. So what we are contemplating at this point of time is that, hey, they may not be able to use the 260,000 green cards. That are we contemplating. We're contemplating it, but we are not sure about it, is it right? I mean, we can't say. They still have 10 months to get all those green cards approved. So that's where we are falling short of. I have noticed that definitely they are collecting the biometrics for a lot of people, for the people who have been filing the applications. I've also noticed that they're asking medical RFEs though, which is not normal. The processing time is 4 years. Why are you asking medical? There is a chance they may waive the interview notice completely. There is a chance they may bulk process these green cards. They may move the date somewhere in maybe March to April, they may move it. That is what I'm expecting. But to go to the court before a harm is done is where we have a problem with.
Okay. So my second question is regarding this one. So once we get the EAD, I filed for downgrade and waiting for the EAD stuff. So should my derivative wife, should she be continuously employed? Or she can take, does it work like H4 EAD? She can work for some time.
She is a H4 EAD, very similar to H4 EAD. She can work, not work. She can work in a Microsoft as a CEO. She can flip a burger in McDonald's, or she can sit at home. She's a derivative EAD. She is under no obligation to continuously work.
Okay. Just in case, right now she is in H1, and just in case she goes to India and if H1 gets rejected for some reason in the consulate, can she start using the AP and come back if she has AP and EAD?
Unless she has some derogatory marks on the H1B, most probably she should not have any problem in coming the advance parole.
Okay, that's all I had, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
as a derivatory adjustment of status applicant myself, yeah, I was volunteering for some period of time and then worked as a law clerk some period of time. Worked as a lawyer also on the derivatory adjustment of status EAD. So there is nothing absolute requirement that the derivatory has to have a paid employment or employment at all. The derivatory is free to do whatever they want to.
Perfect, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. All right, Rahul Garu, while we take our next caller, Andy, let's go to our YouTube question. This is from Amit Kumar. He says, my I-140 and H1B extension were approved recently, but my wife's H4 extension is still pending. Can I apply for an H4 EAD now or have to wait for the H4 extension approval? Her current H4 is still valid till April of 2021.
No reason whatsoever at all that you have to wait until the H4 is approved. You can file the EAD while the H4 application is pending. I want you to make an H4 EAD application today itself, file it today itself. Well, since the mail is not there on Sunday, mail it on Monday. Absolutely no reason to wait at all.
Okay. I think that should help him. Okay. Awesome. So let's go on to our next caller, Andy. So area code 412, we're ready for you.
Hi, myself Anil. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Anil.
Please go ahead.
Hi, here is my question. I have an approved I-140 with my previous employer, company A, and the priority date is April 2014, EB2. And I worked for this company for almost 6 years, and June of 2020, I moved to a new company, which is company B. So my previous employer, he's okay with doing, my previous employer, he's okay doing EB2 to EB3 downgrade, and also 485. He
he did that already sometime in November.
Oh, okay.
And I think
So it's already done.
the,
It's already done. Okay.
yeah,
good.
it's already. I mean, he applied. I'm still waiting for the receipt, notice, etc. So my question is, so once if everything goes fine, I get the EAD. Am I entitled to go back to my company A because that's a consulting company, or do I get any issues in case I continue with company B and they are okay to doing? I mean, they also started the I-140 process, but if company B just does the 485J supplement, am I good there, or I have to move back to company A at any cost?
Good question. Very, very good question, though. One, I want to appreciate your company A has been very good. A lot of people curse the consulting companies. They are bad, evil, and all those things. When it comes to this downgrade, they look at all these companies. They all downgraded and most of them did. Downgrade and file an application. So I really want to salute this company A that you have, though. Now, coming to the question, is it... Sorry, go ahead. You can name the company if you want to.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's Pyramid Technologies, but my wife still works there on H4 EAD, and I have good terms with them. So
that's still let's salute that person. So coming to the point though, is it essential for you to move back to the company A, or is it okay for the company B to file the 485J supplement after the I-140 is approved and after 180 days is there? I have seen many situations before in which the person has never moved to company A. The person continued with company B, and company B filed a 485J supplement after 180 days and after the I-140 is approved. I've never seen a problem. Legally, the requirement is that you must have a job offer from company A for you to file the adjustment of status, and the job offer must continue for a period of 180 days, which they did, and assuming that the I-140 is approved, no problem there. So you can technically move to company B. However, though, there may be questions on, did the genuine job opportunity with company A existed or it did not existed? There may be questions. Also, before Trump administration died down, what they did is that they put some restrictions on the operation manuals with regards to the adjustment of status to test these job opportunity exist or not. So that's one hiccup that I have. Now, if you ask me the question, have I seen any denials? If you have never joined company A and company B filed the 485J supplement, I have to tell you the truth that I have not seen any denial. That hiccup is there. Other than that, it looks fine to me. For you to join.
So since since I almost worked for 6 years on a previous I-140,
the question
which
is
DB2.
not whether you worked previously. You said you filed a 485 application in November of 2020. That's what you told me. Is the genuine job opportunity open in November is a question. Not whether it existed in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, or 19. It's in November, and from there, 6 months from that time.
Okay. That makes sense. So the other alternative, if I decided to go back to company A, do you suggest any time limitation before the EAD gets approved, or before any change
these are not a mathematical questions that I can answer. Like, for example, after how many days you can file a 485J supplement, I can say it's 180 days. There is no clear answer. This will be a little bit gray area. You may have to discuss with a lawyer personally to evaluate these things. Some things are very clear, some things are not. And this is one of the things which is not clear in there.
Okay, so considering the timelines between now and the green card interviews, probably it will be 2 to 3 years down the line. Just before, sometime the EAD or the green card interview is being done, if I move back and continue working for...
It depends on the officer. And as I said to you that have I seen any denial? I answered you the question, I did not. I have to tell you that answer before. I did not see any denial. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
But good questions, guys. I did analyze it also very thoroughly. There are some things that I cannot give a clear answer, and that's the reason I leave them in a gray area there.
Got it.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. Now, our next question, and while we take our caller, let's just quickly answer a YouTube question as well. This is from Sunny Sig. It says, downgraded to EB3 in October of 2020. Perm Worksite is closed permanently in November of 2020. Moved outside the original MSA. What is the status of my downgrade / EOS application? Do I need to start the perm process again?
The MSA depends, especially on the perm label certification, depends on if it is a consulting company or a non-consulting company. Typically, consulting companies put a provision in the perm process saying that the employee can work in any unanticipated locations. Mm-hmm. That will resolve the issue if they have done it. Most of the employers do it. Then comes to the question, if it is not a consulting company and they have not put that provision of working in an unanticipated location, the fact that you move to a different MSA is not that important. What is important is that do you still have the job opportunity in that particular MSA for that particular company though? So even, let's say for example, the company is in Houston, Texas. Now you move to New York though, because of the COVID situation, you might be with your wife working in New York. If the company still have a job offer in Houston, it's not a problem. They don't have to file another perm application. The downgrade application is good. But if the company stops existing in Houston, then it becomes a problem.
Right. Yeah, because the question only says that the work site is closed permanently, but it doesn't necessarily say whether the company shut down.
The company has moved, yeah. And I don't know whether it's a end client location or is it a consult. If it's a consulting company, then normally they put the escape clause in it, so he should be fine with that.
Got it. Okay, thank you, Andy. Let's move on to our next caller. So area code 623, we're ready for you.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call. I had chatted with Emma last week, and though I haven't received the physical receipts yet, I was able to confirm the receipt numbers through the chat, and also my checks were cashed like middle of last week. So kind of wanted to ask the next question. So you have been recommending premium processing for I-140 once you get the receipt. So have you, for any of your clients, filed one and have received approval or a denial?
Yes, we did. We did receive an approval. Also, already the cases that we have filed for the downgrade applications. Are we hearing any denials, rejections of the premium processing? I heard about it, one of it though, but most of the premium processing applications are going through properly. When I say rejection, the premium processing rejections. Have I heard it? I've heard it. I know in my office, one case out of many cases, one case got rejected. They told us to refile again in 15 days, which we're going to refile it again in 15 days.
Oh, okay. That is just rejection, not denial. Okay, got it.
You're right, sir. I mean, I-140 can always be denied on the merits of the case, but rejection, we have got most of our cases that we filed in premium processing got accepted under the same scenario which you are in. One got rejected and they just file it in 15 days, and we decided we're going to file it in 15 days.
Okay. So, I mean, I definitely would like to proceed with that.
Go ahead, do it. Yeah, you have nothing to lose, because if they reject it, they'll pay your money back. What do you got to lose?
Right. No, I mean, that's a normal rumor, right? That if you do premium, then probably they'll scrutinize it further. Or
that is a false statement, not true at all.
Okay.
You get the results faster, plus or minus.
Perfect. So one one question, right? Not literally follow, but like so the October 28th is when they received my application. So 6 months after that, let's say I mean looking at future and just assuming things here, that if I-140 I do in premium and it's approved, and at the point when EAD card, I get the EAD and all, I would be good to move to another employer after like 180 days from October 28th. But I mean, if all those things are okay.
Absolutely. I don't see any problem. We're going to release one video soon, probably in the next 2 weeks, if you want, only on this moving the company after 180 days. The only thing that you need to note is that when you move to a different company, the new company needs to file a 485J supplement. 485J supplement is very easy application compared to the H1B application, PERM application, or I-140 application. I am in my office, so I'm in charge of the adjustment of status in my office. And in all the 485J supplements or AC-21, where the companies have changed, thousands of that I have seen. Not only that I have seen, I also hear from people like you, right? I mean, you give the feedback to me. Only one case got rejected. And that one case, actually, what happened was that this guy is a software professional. He applied a liquor license and misstating that the only job he is doing is restaurant manager. The USCIS came and asked him, how come this guy is a restaurant manager? It was a software professional. They denied him. Practically, that's the only thing that I can think about. Everything else, I had never any problem with 485J supplement moving from one job to another job. Does the new job has to be in the similar profession? Does the job has to mirror each and every job duties? No. If you have done SAP, can you do Java? Oh, they are all the same to me. I mean, unless you're going to grind Java coffee instead of working on Java software, I'm fine with it. I don't see any problem. It's still a software thing. If your salary is $100,000, if you are getting $60,000, will that be a problem? No, they didn't say salary is an issue. What if you're making $100,000, you're getting $250,000? Still, I don't have a problem with it. I've never seen anything. So it is relatively safe. And previous to 2017, though, when we filed the 485J supplement, there was no official policy on it. We used to write a letter to the USCIS saying that the new company is going to take the responsibility. Right now, there is an official form called 485J supplement. And the new company has to fill that form and send it to the USCIS. The good part is, if you file a 485J supplement standalone application, they will give us a receipt notice also. And let me tell you what the filing fees for 485J supplement is. Zero. Zip. None.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. So just
of course, we charge money.
On that, right? Like, no, I mean, that is all worth, right, for these big things in life. So, I'm assuming you don't need to file PERM or I-140 again once you have passed this hurdle, right? Like
no, sir. You don't need to file a PERM and I-140. Absolutely not required.
So in October, November, when I was following your sessions, right, and nothing that you've changed your stance or something, you can with changing times, you were like warning or giving information that, yes, make sure that, you have leg in both boat, meaning make sure you retain your current application and try to use H1B.
One major things why I changed from September, October, November to right now is that I wanted to make sure that the I-140 is approved. Most of the people that were filing adjustment of status before were actually filing with the I-140 downgrade. I-140 is maybe an issue. I mean, you're telling that, premium processing will have more scrutiny. Yeah, there's always a chance that I-140 is a risk, right? I want that problem to be out of your way. If that is out of the way, if I were you, I want to get married to this application. If the I-140 is approved. If the I-140 is not approved, I strongly recommend everybody never to get married to the adjustment of status.
Got the message. Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. Bye. On that note, we're going to take a short commercial break.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Talk show with experts and manto man expert Rahul Reddy garu, and we have been answering a lot of questions. And on that note, let's just continue and get through as many callers and as many questions as possible. Rahul garu, while we take our next caller, Andy, we have a question on YouTube. This is from Deepthi M. She says she got derivative I-485 rejection notice for I-944 or I-864 missing. Says she sent an I-944, but attorney forgot to answer the 62nd question in I-485 to exempt from submitting the I-864. Can I refile now with the dates not being current?
So in the I-485 application, they said that they are exempt from the 944 or they're exempt from the I-864. It's a little bit confusing what they're telling. They definitely are exempt from the I-864. They are not exempt from the I-944. I would refile the applications. We have seen some of these applications getting rejected. Some of the language that has been used in the 485 application is very vague. So it is some of the lawyers got definitely confused on it. So I definitely will refile the application and try my luck as much as possible. I would not just, some of the lawyers did a mistake, you should just refile it. You should not just wait for it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Andy. Let's go to our next caller, sir. Hello, sir. Area code 732. We ready for you?
Hi, this is Madhu.
Hi. Please go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Madhu, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. My question is, I have applied my EB2 adjustment of status in 2012. The situation right now, EB3 is moving forward. So what do you suggest? Is there a downgrade process? I mean, I'm already in the line, right? So can I downgrade from EB2 to EB3 now?
What is the prior date you said?
March 8th, 2010.
March? Oh, so you're already in adjustment of status.
Yeah, I have applied in 2012, waiting for last 8 years.
Don't do that.
Okay.
The reason is that it is easier to do adjustment of, it is easier to downgrade if you don't file the adjustment of status. You already filed adjustment of status 2012. It's been pending for 8 years. Now you downgrade it, you replace the EB3. Guess what? By the time you send it, what if EB2 moves forward? And
I mean,
that's
the
one
situation
problem.
looks like it's not.
Well,
Okay.
You're right. But if you look into China, though, it has always been going back and forth. Yeah. We've been telling, I want you to go back and look some of the YouTubes posted by us in the past 2 years. We've been telling to downgrade for a lot of people. So things are there. It has come to India only recently, though, only past 6 months to 8 months. Not just in October. It's been doing it from the beginning of the 2020. It's been doing. So it is there for China. So you do all the efforts. Guess what happens? This other EB2 moves forward. It could happen, though.
Right.
Since you are in adjustment of status, you don't need to file an adjustment of status. If I were you, I will not downgrade the application.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Now, coming to the people, though, who have not filed the adjustment of status, though, and they are probably mostly their priority date is anywhere between 2015 to current right now.
Okay.
Previously, we did recommend that you don't have to file a downgrade application. You can file it when the priority date becomes current, and that's what a lot of people did it, when the priority date become current. Now we changed our opinion, and one other gentleman also asked, you change your opinion? Yes, I changed my opinion again in this one, though. If you have an EB2 approval right now, and it's between January 2015 to current right now, I strongly advise to go back to your company and file an EB3 application.
Okay.
Now, having said that, though, when you have EB2 and EB3 both approval with the same labor certification, you can use whichever you want to file the adjustment of status. There's no requirement. When you downgrade, the EB2 is not gone. It is still there. So when you file the downgrade application, you have both applications with you, you can do it. And for the people who are filing a PERM application and they're filing an I-140 application, we are suggesting people, hey, buddy, do one thing. Do EB2 and EB3 and see which one will work faster. Who knows? And with the same labor certification, they can file EB2 and EB3. It has been proven again and again. When we said this thing in September, people were skeptical, you can do it. No, you can do it. Absolutely no problem.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So having both in parallel seems like, the best way to go
It's
as of
good,
now.
but not for this gentleman whose adjustment of status has already been pending from 2012.
All right. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for helping the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in, sir. All right. Let's take our next caller. But in the meantime, a question from our YouTube viewer. This is from Rom. I-140 downgrade receipt received in December of 2020. Would premium processing upgrade request be honored now if current and past receipt notices are from different service centers, or will they reject it?
There is a good chance that they will accept the premium processing for you.
Okay.
There is a slight chance that they may reject it. When they reject it, they'll give you the money back.
Okay.
Not only they will not even take your money, though. That's a good part about it. And what they're telling right now is that they're taking a little bit time to process the labor certification to be bought from one service center to another service center. This is particularly from Nebraska to Texas Service Center. Seems that they're in a process of transferring all the firms for which we filed a downgrade in Texas Service Center. Unfortunately, the only place to file the downgrade application is in Texas Service Center. We cannot file in Nebraska Service Center. Okay. So there is a good chance that they will accept your premium processing. If they don't, they will tell you to file within 2 weeks. You keep on filing until they accept it, and they will be fine. And it's not that every time you file, you have to pay $2,500 extra. No, that is not right. If they reject it, they'll give you the money back. 2 weeks later on, send the same application back. They will accept it.
Okay, that's a good plan. All right, Andy, let's go on to the next caller. So area code 214, they're ready for you?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
So very similar to a question that was asked before. So I have a I-140 filed for a EB2 to EB3 downgrade. And I also have another employer waiting to hire me in. So having said that, without
are you working for the company that filed your I-140 right now?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I'm working for the company that filed the I-140 downgrade, EB2 to EB3 downgrade. I'm working for that company. I have a job offer from a new company. So what would you advise at this point in time? Can I move? Because my current company also said they will not revoke the I-140. It's very similar to the question that...
Can you do the premium processing of I-140?
Yes, I can do the premium processing, yes.
Go ahead. If I were you, I would do the premium processing of I-140. Once the I-140 is approved, once the 180 days have been passed, if I were you, I would definitely file a 485J supplement and move on to a different company. As I said to the previous caller, go ahead.
But not before the 180 days. Is that what you're saying?
Not before 180 days after you file the adjustment of status. If you filed in October 25th, the next, the 180 days falls somewhere in April 30th of 2021. Only after that, never before that.
Never before that join the new company. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. Rahul, while we take our next caller, there's a question from another viewer, Andy. This is from JB, and he says, I have 2-year green card on a family-based green card, and I'm doing my master's in USA. I recently went to India to marry an Indian girl, and we had a court marriage. Says now I'm going to apply a spouse visa, but is there any way that I can apply my graduation ceremony visitor visa for her so she can come early this year, as the spouse visa has a very long wait time for India? And is there any issue of a visitor visa while the spouse visa is pending, and how long will it take?
He's a green card. Did you say he's a green card holder?
Yes, and he says he has a 2-year green card on a family-based green card.
He has a 2-year green card?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe he's been here on a green card for 2 years on a family.
There are two ways that he can have a 2-year green card.
Okay.
One is he is married to U.S. citizen or green card, U.S. citizen, which doesn't look to be. He can't be married to two people at the same time. The other option is that he might have been an EB5 green card person, though.
Okay.
If he's an EB5 green card person, then you can have, these are the two things that I can think about. The EB5 green card is only given for 2 years. It's not given for more than 2 years.
Oh, interesting.
And then he has to go and remove the conditions, though. No, your wife will not be, most probably will not be eligible for B2 visa, though. They will ideally reject the B2 visa. I would not even try to attempt it. The reason is that for a person whose intention is to settle in the United States, which her intention is because she's married to a green card holder, B2 visa is not a good option. You can file an I-130 application immediately. I'm assuming that you're EB5 green card holder. Even though you are on a conditional green card for EB5, you are definitely eligible to file an I-130 application and proceed with it, and that's the best way for you to do it. Don't wait, proceed with it. And you said you're married in a court marriage. Yeah, court marriage is absolutely accepted. You don't have to have a formal marriage. And especially with the COVID situation, a lot of people are not getting, and they're getting the court marriages. Nothing wrong with it.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's move on to our caller, Randy. Sir, area code 657. Ready for you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, awesome. Hi, Rahul. I do have two quick questions. My name is Sai. So the first question is, my I-94 expired by the month of 31st December, and 15 days before I joined a new organization, and we filed for a premium H1B process. So I got an RFE related to work from home and and the other one is supporting a H1B employee for their company. So these two are the RFE points they come up with, and now they're trying to, submit the documents. So my point is, so in this time, can I move out of the organization and get a new job from a different organization? And the other point
you said that the previous company I-94 expired when?
Right.
When did it expire?
Right.
When did it expire?
It expired 31st of December.
So it's expired almost like...
So 15 days before it got expired, I joined the company B.
Yeah, here is the problem. If you go and join company C though, if the company B's H1B gets rejected though, company C's H1B change of employer will be automatically rejected. The reason why you want to join the company C, which I can understand, is what happens if the company B's H1B gets rejected? Will I be safe?
Right.
No, you will not be safe if the company B gets rejected though. So it's not ideally suitable for you to company C. If it gets rejected, then you can go to India and file a H1B and come back. That would be ideally suited. But if you go join company C though, there is a good chance company B's H1B will be rejected. The reason is that they are going to withdraw it. I mean, there's a good chance they'll withdraw it. And they withdraw it, your company C is automatically considered processing. So you have a better choice, better options, staying with company B rather than going to company C.
Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, the other question is, Rahul, one other question. See, my I-140 priority date is on the month of March 2020, but I got approved in the month of August. So I moved out of the company A in the mid of December. So I didn't stay 180 days after that.
Bad idea. You must have waited for 6 months period before you moved out of the company. The problem right now is that we don't know when they're going to withdraw the I-140. If they withdraw within 6 months after the I-140 is approved, this I-140 approval is just equivalent to like a trash paper, what I call. Back in olden days, we used to call it.
They are not going to withdraw it.
If they are not going to withdraw,
they told me they are not going to withdraw.
If they are not going to withdraw, it's going to be valuable.
Yeah, they said. Yeah, they said 100% we don't withdraw it, Vijay. You need not worry. Sorry, whatever.
Then you're good. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Then you can use that.
Oh, then I'm good. Okay.
Then you're good.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Okay. Thank you then.
All right, Rahul. That is all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul.
Bye.
Thank you, Nitya. Have a good day, guys.
Bye. You too. Okay, let's move on to our next caller. But in the meantime, we have a question from Vishnu Reddy. He says, my previous employer filed my EB3 downgrade. I worked here for 5 years and had a layoff in June of 2020. If I get an EAD, can I marry the EB3, and what are the chances of rejection and risk? Currently,
I think so. We spoke with him actually. Nitya, we spoke with him. We spoke with him just before though.
With Vishnu Reddy, I don't think so, but
okay,
yeah, but he says he's
maybe the topic is covered. So he filed the adjustment of status in October. He wants to get married. He's not working with the same company. He moved to a different companies, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to get married to the adjustment of status. Is he going to move back to company A or is he going to work for company B? That's the main question. Second thing is that he has to wait for the I-140 approval before he gets married to this adjustment of status application. He should not try to get, nobody should try to get married to the adjustment of status until I-140 is approved.
Makes sense. All right, thanks, Sanjay. And let's go on to the next caller on that note. So area code 973, we're ready for you now.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So recently I filed EB2 to EB3 downgrade concurrent filing. So I got a receipt for primary, but derivative, it says rejected. So I yet to receive the parcel back, but I'm not sure what is the reason. But my question is, can we still refile the derivative application even though the PD is moved back?
Technically, if there is any errors done by your lawyer, though, you cannot file the adjustment of status, though, because the priority date has moved back. That is applicable for the derivative too. But under your circumstances, I will keep trying it to see if there is an errors done by the USCIS. Try to point out their errors and file that application. That's what I would try to do it. But technically, no. They may reject it again.
Oh. Okay. And the follow-up question is like, so by getting the receipt number, I see like my application went to different center, it's at Nebraska, and my spouse went to like MSC, it's Missouri. Is it possible to go in different center if we file together?
It's not possible that your lawyer has filed in two different centers. What happens is sometimes they issue, when the applications are too many, they will transfer from one service center to another place to open it up. So that's not that it's been filed in different service center. It went to the same service center.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in. All right, Rahul Garu, while we take our next caller, this is a question from Prashant Rajshekar. He says, can I pay the H1B visa appointment fee prior to submitting the DS-160 visa application? If not, is it possible to update the new DS-160 application ID after submitting the visa appointment fee in case I need to make any changes to the DS-160 after paying the visa fee? I have plans of traveling to India in the month of April tentatively, and I'm eligible for Dropbox.
Once you make the application and pay the money, though, I have seen sometimes it allows you to edit the DS-160. I've seen sometimes it does not allow you to edit the DS-160. What I normally tell clients is that if it does not allow you to edit any of the information for the DS-160, and there is some informational changes that occurred, though, I would drop an email to the consulate with the appointment notice that you have, saying that, look, these are the changes that I wanted to do on the DS-160. I couldn't do it. Not only that, I will fill an online application, print it out, and take it with you. You don't have to submit it to them. Then the consulate is on the record at that point of time, saying that there are changes to the DS-160 and that you are not trying to deceive them or you're not trying to tell a lie to them, but it is because of the technical reasons you couldn't modify the DS-160. That will solve the problem that he is trying to achieve.
That makes sense, Sanjay. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to our next caller. This is from area code 248. So we're ready for you.
Hello, this is Srinivas.
Hi, Srinivas.
I'm calling from Michigan. My employer filed my H1B extension on January 15, and I do not have a receipt notice yet. Yeah, I-94 is expiring end of January. So my question is it okay to stay? I'm staying with the employer since last 3-4 years, and this is post my I-140. And how long it is allowed to stay if the I-94 expired?
I mean,
if some I-9 compliance.
The I-9 compliance requirement is met by the FedEx tracking number, though. That is allowed with the FedEx tracking number. You don't have to have a receipt notice of the H1B application. So you're fine. You're fine absolutely to stay. You're fine to work. Now, there are some employers that don't want to go with a FedEx tracking number. That's up to them, what legality they have. But if in that case, you can still stay in the country. But according to me, you can work even after your I-94 expires because you have a FedEx tracking number that identifies the USCIS has received the application. I will keep that as a I-9 verification to start working after your I-94 expires.
Awesome. Okay, and it is filed in regular mode, the extension of employment due to all this wage rollback and restoring and everything. And LCA was filed, and it's filed by I'm working as a full-time employee. Could it be possible that there is a delay of getting the receipt notice? Because I don't have any record of being in a legal status when the I-94 is expired.
That's fine. The FedEx tracking number is enough. Who is asking you now? Are you legal or something?
Nobody.
Wow.
Nobody.
So
no
there are 20 million people that are there. According to the Census Bureau, they certified that they are illegally in the present. In your case, you are not. So nobody is asking right now. You are maintaining the I-9 record. You're good. I don't see any problem.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right, Rahul Garu, we are all out of time today, Andy. And to all of our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in and calling us and messaging us on various platforms and sending in your questions, Andy. We're trying to get through as many as possible. And we look forward to seeing all of you week after week with all of your questions. And Rahul Garu will be happy to help as many people as he can, like he always does. And on that note, we'll see you same time next week, Andy. Rahul Garu, thank you so much for being here on this show.
Thank you, Nita Garu. Thank you very much.
And we shall see you guys next week. Thank you and have a good rest of the weekend.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయలు.